All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Thursday, July 20th, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going today?
Going pretty good. Always good when the Reds get a win. So seems like they might be back on track, hopefully.
Yeah, got off to a little bit of a slow start coming out of the break. But I think some people panicked a little too much.
Yeah, people.
You're coming out of the break, and you had a tough schedule coming out of the break as well. So it wasn't like,
And you're going to hit a slump. I mean, luckily, hopefully, we lost 5, 6 in a row since All-Star break, 5 before counting the 1 before 6. I mean, luckily, it wasn't 12 or 13. I mean, we've won 2 in a row now. Kind of blew a couple of games. We could have been maybe 3 or 4 in a row, but hey, that's going to happen. So you just got to, like you said before a couple months ago, you just got to win series.
oh yeah, well, and it was big to come back and tie the series, but yeah, you lose your first 6, and then wasn't just losing the 6. Except we were losing not because of pitching. We were losing because we wasn't hitting the ball. We hadn't really seen that much of the season. I mean, our lineup's been, and even in the last couple games we lost, we started hitting the ball better.
Yep.
And then the last 2 days we've won, and I think we had 11 hits today, and we only gave up like two or three. And
Right.
then, but no, I saw people yesterday before yesterday's game started. Reds blew their chance to have a chance to win the division by losing 6 in a row. And this is really, really bad. We need to make changes. And it's like a week ago we were the best. You guys were talking about how good we were and we're the best team, and now we need to make wholesale changes because we lost 6 in a row. Has anybody been watching baseball this season? Look at the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
They've been the best team in baseball the whole season. What happened to them yesterday? They're not in first place no longer. They've only won like 5 games the whole month of July.
Yeah, they're 3-7 in the last 10, and
I mean, you go through spurts, and that's what I was saying at the beginning. We need to avoid like the big 9-10 game losing streaks. Do you want a 6-game losing streak? No, but we was able to come back, bounce back, win a couple in a row. We haven't lost a whole lot of ground to the Brewers. I think we're 2.5 back. It ain't like we lost a whole lot of ground to them. We're still right there. So we just in the pitchings look good, pretty good out of the All-Star break. Bats seem like they're starting to come around. We still are making some dumb mistakes on the base paths.
We got to chill out. I mean, I'm all for being aggressive, but we got to chill out a little bit just take a step back a little bit on the base paths. We're getting a little crazy, but hey, they're aggressive, man. And
Yeah, it's one thing to be aggressive, but it's also like I still don't understand why if we got a guy on third and it don't matter where the ball's hit, we're taking off going home. You're on third and the grounder's hit right to the third baseman or the shortstop, why are you running for?
And they're playing in.
Yeah, why are you running for it? You're basically giving them a free out at the plate. At least make them, if you're going to run, get off a little bit, make them make that decision and make that throw to first base. Don't just take off.
And they are a fun team to watch. There's no doubt.
No,
about that.
they're fun to watch. But it's like, but now they're going into a series with the tough Arizona team.
Yeah, hopefully, we got Arizona, and then guess who we got after that? Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, I know it's still early, but that could be a big series. We need to go win a series against Milwaukee. Get a little confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice, but it'd be real nice to win this series against Arizona. Go bouncing back, getting a series win going into Milwaukee.
Yep. Well, Chris, we're getting closer and closer to the trade deadline. What do you think?
I don't know. I still think if the Reds do anything, it's going to be try to get maybe a pitcher. But I still kind of think they might pretty much stay pat and see what this young team looks like going through the second half of the season.
You think a reliever or you think starter?
Yeah, it's tough. I'd say probably a starter, but is what I would say.
Not knowing where Green and
well, I heard
Lodolo
is getting ready to start a rehab assignment. They said the date. I forget the exact date on that. They said Green was progressing to be getting ready to start a rehab assignment. They liked where he was at. So I think it shouldn't be too much longer on them two.
Talk sometime in August. But I don't know if that's the first week of August, middle August, late August. They're not really saying. And that probably, there's a reason for that. They don't know for sure. Depends on how that rehab goes. But that's the thing. You're running out of time if you want to make a deal.
You're getting ready to get Antone back as a reliever. You just got Santillan back. I would say that if they do make a move, it's probably going to be a starter, just because the injuries that we've had at the starting pitching position.
See, Baltimore made a deal, got an arm.
Yeah.
You look at his stats overall, and you think, man, he's not very good, but he's been pretty good the last few weeks. It seems like he's found himself, so might be a good pickup for Baltimore.
And see, Baltimore was a team last year that was playing good before the trade deadline, and a lot of people thought they'd be buyers, and they ended up trading some people away, and kind of played more toward this year. So you just never know. I think the Reds are going to, especially with them just bringing up that Strand. I think they're going to be more of see what they have from within, and then go from there next year.
Strand looks pretty good,
Yeah,
he looks like he belongs. He don't look like he's afraid. That's for sure.
No, they've had him in there in some big moments already. How's it going, Glenn? Glenn's.
It was crazy. I was just telling your mom, we was in there watching the Reds before she went to work, and I was telling her about that throw that De La Cruz made, 98 miles an hour to first. And then, I mean, it couldn't have been 2 minutes later. He makes that throw to home plate, and it was almost 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I don't know why, and I don't know why that guy was even trying to go there. The Giants kind of ran themselves out of a chance to score that inning. I mean, he was out by. The only thing that made it kind of close was the throw was offline a little bit, but I mean, he was out by 5. We've been out by 5 foot with a real good throw.
Yeah,
and he was still out, but I mean, it was like, man, you guys should have held him up, especially in a game where they were struggling to get any hits at all. Yeah, I'm glad to see the bats starting to come alive, because even yesterday, they only scored the 3 runs off that 3-run home run. But if you watch that game, they hit the ball hard a lot yesterday, just right at people. I mean, it wasn't that it wasn't like the couple games before where we were just going up there and striking out. We were making hard contact. It was some good defensive plays, or we were just get right at them.
We had double-digit hits today. So.
Yeah. I think we had like 12 or 13, and I think we only gave up two or three. Had a shutout going into the ninth, and Law ended up giving up a solo home run there in the ninth, ended the shutout, which would have been cool to get the shutout. But Abbott going 8 innings, that's first time a Reds pitchers went 8 innings this season.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, some of that has been some of our starting pitching not being ready to go that long, but some of it's also been where I think they get pulled a little early sometimes. But when the bullpen's been pitching the way they've been pitching, I mean, it's hard not to go to your bullpen, especially if you can get it down to them the last 3 guys with Sims and that Dorte or Farmer, and then Diaz. Them guys have been pretty solid. And even of course I'm gonna forget his name now, but the middle reliever guy's been real good too. Gabo or however you pronounce his name.
Well, they've added that Statian or whatever. He's back, and like you said, they've got a couple more getting ready to come back.
Yeah. Starting pitching is what worries me, just because we have the guys injured. Them guys come back, I wouldn't be that worried about the starting pitching. Ashcraft's been pitching real well. You have Abbott's pitching real well. If Green can get back to how he was pitching before the injury, I mean, right there you got 3 guys. Now they didn't count Lodolo. So I mean,
yeah.
And then Lively's been pitching well.
Pitched well. Actually, Williams, he's starting to pitch better.
Yeah.
He
hasn't
really has pitched pretty good. I guess probably the worst is Weaver, but it seemed like they win those games. So I don't know.
Weaver was pitching pretty good the other night until he got hit.
I seen a picture of that. His arm, man. Yeah, he may be out for a while.
Well, they said the good thing is that like nothing's broke or anything. They X-rays all came back good, so it's basically just
look nasty.
Yeah, just and I don't think it's his throwing arm, so I think that helps too. But yeah, just be healing up some probably. But yeah, they didn't act like they thought he would miss any time, and if he did, it maybe just one start, depending on the pain or whatever. But yeah, he did get lucky there. Nothing broke or anything. We had 2 pitchers in a row go down early because Lively exited the game. The last game, kind of weird.
Have you heard anything on him?
They say he's good to go, and he's going to be starting. I think tomorrow or the next day. He's starting here one of these games this weekend. At least as the probable starters, I would say he's going to start. But from what I've heard, he's okay. I don't know what happened that day.
Maybe Ashcraft tomorrow, I think, maybe.
Ashcraft was yesterday, wasn't he? Yeah, Ashcraft pitched yesterday.
Did he? Okay.
I think. Yeah, unless I got my games mixed up, but yeah, Ashcraft pitched yesterday, and then and then the day was Abbott.
Yeah, because when we come back from the All-Star break, that was a Friday. Ashcraft pitched, and then it was Abbott on Saturday, and Lively on Sunday, I believe. Heck, I can't.
Hey, how's it going, Billy? No, Billy, I didn't do a show yesterday. I was hurting bad yesterday. I ended up not doing much at all yesterday. Before today, don't have very many. We had a lot of day games, so there's not a whole lot of games this.
Got 4 or 5, I think, this evening.
Yeah, one of them's getting ready to start, I think.
Yep.
Right now, let's see what we have. Okay, you got the first game out of the games that haven't started yet. Well, games that are started so far. You have the Blue Jays and Padres. Blue Jays are up 2-0, top of the 8th inning in that game. White Sox are up 6-2 over the Mets, top of the ninth. You got the Tigers up 3-0 over the Kansas City Royals in the top of the seventh. And then the next game to start will be at here in about 5 minutes. Minnesota Twins at the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 126 on the money line. The Twins are plus 108 on the money line. Over-unders at 7.5 runs. On the mound for the Twins is Lopez. He's 5-5 with a 4.24 ERA. On the mound for the Mariners is Kirby. He's 8-8 with a 3.43 ERA. I'm going to go with the Mariners in this game on the money line. The next game is the Baltimore Orioles at the Tampa Bay Rays. This game starts at 6:40 p.m. Eastern. The Rays are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 184 on the money line. The Orioles are plus 154 on the money line. Over-under is at 8 runs. On the mound for the Orioles is Gibson. He's 9-6 with a 4.77 ERA. On the mound for the Rays is Glasnow, who's 3-3 with a 3.78 ERA. The Rays have really been struggling. Like you said earlier, they've won like 3 of their last 11, but they've only won like 4 or 5 games the whole month of July. They've really came out. They started to struggle a little bit before the All-Star break, and they've came out of the All-Star break struggling. And they're going to the Orioles just took the outright lead yesterday, and now they go in a series together. I like the way the Orioles have been playing. I'm going to go with the Orioles at the plus 1.5 in this game. And then you have the Cardinals at the Cubs. Cubs are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 122 on the money line. Cardinals are plus 104 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. You have Matz on the mound for the Cardinals. He's 0-7 with a 4.86 ERA. On the mound for the Cubs is Stroman, who's 10-6 with a 2.88 ERA. And a lot of people think that he'll be on he'll probably be traded from the Cubs here next week or so, or before the deadline.
Mike Hughes predicting he's going to Tampa Bay. So what do you think is going to happen?
I'm gonna go with the Cubs here on the money line at home. They have the better pitcher on the mound. Cardinals have been up and down a lot this season. And really have, both these teams have really. Cubs will win 5 or 6 in a row, then they might lose 6 in a row. Then they've kind of have had their struggles, and they have their games where they look like they could compete. So I like the Cubs here at home against the Cardinals. And then last game of the night, Houston Astros at the Oakland Athletics. The Astros are 1.5 run favorites. They are minus 220 on the money line. The Athletics are plus 1.5. Plus 184 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. The Astros will have France on the mound, who is 4-3 with a 3.31 ERA. Harris is on the mound for the Athletics, who's 2-3 with a 6.51 ERA. I like the Astros at the minus 1.5 in this game. Minus 220 on the money line is a little too steep unless you're going to do a parlay. Then I'd go money line. But if you're just going to single game, I like the minus 1.5. And that's the only 4 games that you have this evening in baseball. So I'm gonna go with the Mariners money line, Orioles plus 1.5, Cubs money line, and the Astros minus 1.5.
Okay, my baseball picks for tonight. I got Minnesota at Seattle. I got Seattle money line. I got St. Louis at the Cubs. Cubs money line. Baltimore at Tampa Bay. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay money line, and I'm gonna take because I would do a parlay if I was doing a Houston money line against Oakland.
So you're going with Houston on the money line?
Yep.
And the Astros have been struggling. They've been struggling, but it's hard. It's just hard to pick the Athletics to beat anybody, even though they have one. I mean, they win games here and there, but it's hard to really pick them. But I know that had some teams come out of All-Star break and struggling a little bit. Hey, how's it going, Frankie?
Frankie, you're asking about Blood and Guts. Did you like it?
I said I haven't watched it. I know you watched.
I got to see some of it. I didn't get to see all of it. Then I got to read some on it, and a lot of the stuff I read was kind of negative. So I don't know. He loved it. He thought it was amazing.
Like I haven't watched it. I was watching the Reds game, and then
what I think they've got amazing right now is MJF and Adam Cole. I think that's amazing.
I saw a little bit of that. I didn't see much of the match, but I saw them coming out introduction.
I think that's the best thing they got going. I really do right now. But I got to see about the first half of Blood and Guts. Nothing really was bad or nothing really blew me away. But then some of the stuff I heard the ending was kind of wonky. That the camera work wasn't the best. That's what I heard. I didn't see it.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't. I was watching the Reds game, and then not too long after that, I started watching golf because it started. Frankie said Moxley came out stabbing people.
Yeah, he came
with his famous fork.
He came right out in the ring. That's when he started. The hottest thing in wrestling right now, the best thing in wrestling is one person, Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom is the man.
Billy took Tampa, Cardinals, and Astros -1.5. $30 parlay. See, that Tampa game was hard because I wanted to take Tampa because they're at home. I look for them to bounce back, but the Orioles have been hot here lately, where the Tampa hasn't. So that was a tough one. And then the Cubs and Cards, like I said, was a tough one for me too because the Cubs and Cards have just been, like I said, so up and down. Oh yeah. I knew the A's did take a series from the Red Sox, coming off of winning that series. He said, "I'll take the A's over the Astros." Let's see what's this. From convict to NXT North American champ.
Time to be alive. Yep.
Ricky said he'll take the off day over his shitty Yankees.
They had the best rating they've had since 2021.
Yeah. Which the Yankees are, I mean, they've been going through a bad stretch, but if they can just get their bats going, they're still right there where they could still make the playoffs. They're not out. They haven't fell that far off yet.
Yeah, it just sucks.
They have been playing.
They've won 50.
Injuries have hurt them.
They won 50 games in their last place. That sucks. They're just in a super tough division. That's the only thing, they're going to have to come over a couple teams, but they're not too far back of the other teams.
And they're only a couple games out of the wild card.
Yeah. So they're still not too far back. They just got to start, like you said, same thing with the got to win series.
Frankie said, "Stop being nice. We're done." Hey, you never know. You might have Ohtani here in a week.
Damien, I don't know. We'll see what this rating is for this show. If it's a real good rating, then I guess it's worth doing. But yeah, I question that they give away stuff for free instead of putting them on pay-per-view, especially when they're charging $50 or $60 for the pay-per-views. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. You can't compare it to WWE because their pay-per-views are cheap. I mean, it's not really a pay-per-view. So it's a different model.
It's a premium live event.
That's right. And they're raising it. People are outraged. It's going from $4.99 a month to $5.99 a month. How can they do that?
That's just like, I was reading some stuff last night, and there's still people that are all over McAfee telling them that did you know it was McAfee's greed is what have cost all these great broadcasters to lose their jobs?
I know that because I know a podcaster that said that stuff. One podcaster I know said that stuff.
I mean, That's what people were actually
I'll be damned
saying last night, is that his greed is why great broadcasters are losing their job. For one, if these people were that great, they probably wouldn't be losing their job. But I think there's a lot of people that did lose their job that didn't deserve to lose their job. But the thing was, that stuff was going to happen before McAfee ever got that deal with ESPN and McAfee ever came to fruition. That starts with Disney. That goes all the way back to the pandemic. Everybody forgets how much money Disney lost. Not just through they own ESPN, but all their parks being shut down and everything. They them cuts didn't come, and it had nothing to do with McAfee.
I think I read they've lost like $200 billion. Disney has.
Yeah, they've lost a bunch of money.
Okay, Chris, what would you do? What would we do? ESPN rings tomorrow. Hey, we'll offer you guys $20 million. Do a 3-hour morning show for us.
I'm gonna be that greedy bastard that gets everybody fired.
Yeah, I mean, what does one have to do with the other? It's business.
Yeah.
If McAfee can negotiate, you are worth what you can get.
That's just like this going on with these running backs. Everybody talking about how they feel sorry for Saquon. I don't feel sorry for him. Do I think he should get paid? Yes, but I don't feel sorry for him because he's going to make over $10 million this year to play football. So I'm not going to feel sorry for him. Do I think he should get a long-term deal? Yes, but the way the running back position is, it sucks. But that's how it's been it's been heading that direction more and more the last 7-8 years. It's become more of a passing league, and teams spend their money on quarterbacks, offensive linemen, and defensive linemen.
You are worth what you get paid. Everybody talks about. I mean, I know people think, "Oh, this NBA player is overpaid. This guy's overpaid." Hey, if somebody's willing to give you that money, you're not overpaid. That's why I look at it. Get it while you can, and take all you can get.
It's highway robbery, $5.99.
Yeah, some of the people are nuts.
Speaking of, why the hell is Dom the North American champion? Because he's the best luchador to ever exist. Just as President Jeremy Hadley.
The thing is, like I just told Chris, and I said it on the air, the rating was one of the best ratings they've had since 2021, and they're in that coveted 18 to 39 or whatever that age group is. It went up from like a 13 to like a 20, and also all these people who bitch Dom shouldn't be on the main roster. He should be in NXT. He goes down to NXT. Now everybody's throwing a fit. It's also called crossover promotion. Nick Khan had said that they're going to do more crossover promotions. It looks like they're doing it mostly with Raw people and NXT, probably because they're on Monday nights and Tuesday nights. They're doing more crossover to try to get, and their ratings have went up. The last few months they've been doing.
It's smart.
They're doing about 50 or 60 to 100,000 more views. Which would you rather be? Have NXT's roster, AEW's roster? AEW for the last few months have been averaging about 850, and NXT's averaging between 650 and 730. How much more is AEW paying for their roster when NXT's paying for their roster?
Oh, quite a bit more. Quite a bit more. And it's smart. Dom is one of the most hated heels they have right now. He has about more heat, or just as much heat as anybody
in wrestling.
So why not use that? Why not take advantage of that? Put him down at NXT for it's more work he's getting for one, but it's also it's going to draw eyeballs because people are going to want to see what's going to happen with Dom. So it draws more eyeballs to your NXT product.
Well, it's also Judgment Day, because I've read some stuff where they're saying Judgment Day. The reason they're putting them on TV more, because every time they're on TV, ratings go up. So, I mean, it's just not Dom. It's Rhea, Finn. When they're on TV, ratings go up. I love Dom. I think he's awesome. I know.
And just think, if it wasn't for an injury, we might not even have seen this version of Judgment Day. We might not have seen them turn on edge, especially as quick as they did, because a lot of that stemmed from the Cody Rhodes injury.
Yep. Yeah, because I don't think they was going to make Edge a good guy. I don't think that was the original.
You know what I mean? So that could change the whole directory of what Judgment Day would have became.
Yeah, it changed everything.
All right. Well, that's pretty much all the games for today. You got anything else?
Nah, I think I'm good to go.
I've been watching this Open Championship. Hell, it started like at 2 in the morning last night.
Who you think's gonna win it?
Man, none of like the big top name guys really have played great. Yeah, I'd probably go with after what seeing this first round. I'd probably go with Homa. I think his style of play fits his course good, and I think he's right around -3, -4. But you have an amateur in the lead right now after round one so far. Well, tied for the lead. You got 3 guys that shot 66s, 3 guys that have been or 67. But hell, Justin Thomas I think is 8 over. He probably won't make the cut. John Rahm, I think last I'd seen, if I remember correctly, he's right around even or so he still has a chance.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Fleetwood, but other than that, I don't know most of those names.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you don't got many of the bigger name guys that are at the top of the leaderboard so far here on day one. But being in England, it started like there was guys that teed off. It was like 2 in the morning here last night, which I didn't start watching until this morning. I turned it on last night and was laying there.
I think giving him the North American Championship just adds. He brings it. He can put it. He can carry it on NXT. He can carry it on the other things. It can add to NXT to help put NXT. I think they're trying to get more eyes on NXT. I think that's why they're trying to do it. Nick Khan says he wants NXT. They've kind of changed. Before they said they want to be just developmental. Now they're going back to saying they want to be a standalone brand too. Besides being developmental, so I think it's a smart move to do crossover and stuff. If you got talent that you can put over there, I think it's a smart move. And they get to work. Have Rhea Ripley work with some of them ladies. You have not even just working, talking to them and expressing their experiences.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, the same way. All those guys can add to your program.
What was it? Was it last year or maybe I think it was around last year when they were having Ziggler down there quite a bit?
Dolph Ziggler, well, just had
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins there wrestled him. I see people bitch about that. So I mean, I think it's smart cross promotion. I think it helps add to the brand and also make some of these guys probably down there a little hungry. Hey, these dudes are coming down here and challenging us. I think it's a smart move. I did see where
it's all about getting more eyeballs.
I did see where AEW announced that pay-per-view they're going to be doing I think it's in the end of August. Yeah, it's the one in England. They're going to show it at 6 p.m. I figured they'd start show it at 8, but they're going to show it. No, I take that back. Not 6 p.m. They're going to show it 1 p.m. I figured they do more like what WWE doesn't do it at 3, but they're going to show it at 1 p.m., which I thought was a little different.
I don't know. We'll start a little earlier. Maybe they're thinking if you do it earlier, then you might get more people that'll watch it because they have the rest of the day after that to go.
Yeah, maybe
do whatever. Because I mean, anytime you're doing it in the afternoon like that, I think it's tricky. Just because a lot of it depends on what people have going on.
Well, luckily it's before football starts. It's like August 27th, so you're a week or so before football starts.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to do that on a Sunday with football and stuff.
No. But all right, we appreciate everybody joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow, right around 3:00 with another episode of Easy Money and Sports Betting Show. My picks for today: Seattle money line, Orioles plus 1.5, Cubs money line, and the Astros at the minus 1.5. Hope everybody has a good day. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well. And we will see you guys tomorrow right around 3:00. Have a good night.